What about those who have never heard? What will God do with those who have never heard the gospel? John 14:6, Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. The above is a rock-solid position to hold, and one that we ought never to move from. The only way to God is through His Son. There is great clarity in saying, as John did in 1 John 5:12, He who has the Son has the life. He who does not have the Son does not have the life. The position held by most evangelical theologians is that while it may make us uncomfortable, the answer seems to be that those who have never heard are lost. There are exceptions for age and intellectual comprehension. 2 Samuel 12:22. He said, While the child was still alive, I fasted and wept. For I said, Who knows, the Lord may be gracious to me that the child may live. But now he has died, why should I fast? Can I bring him back again? I will go to him, but he will not return to me. Those are the words of King David after his son, born to Bathsheba, was sick and died. And he makes a point of saying, I will go to him. David was an Old Testament Christian, but he will not return to me, meaning that his son, he believed, was in heaven. So how can we ever get comfortable with this? Well, first of all, who says we have to be comfortable with what God does? In the end, it's a matter of trust. Genesis 18:25. Far be it from you to do such a thing, to slay the righteous with the wicked, so that the righteous and the wicked are treated alike. Far be it from you. Shall not the judge of all the earth deal justly? Some things to consider that I would not teach as doctrine, but would recommend that we ponder the possibilities. We do know that no person can be saved except through Christ. We do not know that only those who know Him can be saved by Him. That's a quote by C.S. Lewis. What C.S. Lewis says on its face sounds like heresy of the highest order, but I would submit to you that we all believe a version of what he said. Here's my proof that we all believe some version of the Lewis quote when it comes to the mentally impaired and aborted babies. The mentally impaired may never be able to understand the gospel, and the aborted will never hear it. Yet we believe both groups are covered by the blood of Christ and saved. So is it such an awful stretch to imagine God extending grace to those who have never heard? I'm not asserting that He does. I'm merely pointing out the obvious, that the judge of all the earth always does what is just and right. So for the mentally impaired, we would probably all say, yes, they'll be in heaven because they could never comprehend the gospel. Aborted babies, those who die in infancy, we'd probably all say yes, since they could never really hear the gospel and evaluate it, they too are saved. Okay, so what about the third group? Those who have never heard. On the next two slides, I show the complete C.S. Lewis quote. Again, it's worth pondering. Is it not frightfully unfair that this new life should be confined to people who have heard of Christ and have been able to believe in Him? But the truth is, God has not told us what His arrangements about the other people are. We do know that no man can be saved except through Christ. We do not know that only those who know Him can be saved through Him. Points to ponder. The only way to God is through His Son. There may be some exceptions to the above, perhaps exceptions for age and intellectual comprehension. If we are honest with ourselves, we all believe some version of the Lewis quote. This class, and indeed the entire school, is dedicated to helping others see that God is bigger than we think and better than we know. To get to the next video, make a note of the class number for this recording, then search for the next one. Here's a sample. If this video is number L01.1, then the next one is L01.2. And remember to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow on Rumble.